Well, the Wabash River is home to both fish and E. coli. You may live by it or travel by it every day, but is it safe to fish in, swim in, or even kayak on? In part one of our series, What's in the Wabash, News Channel 18's Alexandra Dyro finds out just how polluted our river is.
The Wabash River flows through more than 2/3 of the state of Indiana, and what's flowing in the river affects more than just the fish swimming in its currents. Purdue graduate student in agronomy Megan Heller tests for E. coli and other particles in the river once a week. She says many people assume the worst.
I've kind of gotten the impression, especially when I first came here, that people think like they're going to die if they fall in the Wabash or something like that. And that's just not true.
Dr. Ron Turco of the Indiana Water Resources Research Center says the situation is changing for the better.
The Wabash River is improving. I think people think there's some kind of terrible evil force in the river, but it's actually getting better. It's a great resource.
But the situation is far from ideal. There are still levels of pollutants affecting the water. Turco says the largest contributing pollutant in the Wabash is sediment, sands and soil that run off agricultural lands.
The one contaminant I get concerned about is sediment. There's quite a bit of that in there. And then what everyone sees when they go out and go out and look is they see the algae that's in the river. That's what gives the river its color, and that's what gives it its murkiness.
Turco says the algae isn't bad for the river, but E. coli levels could indicate other more harmful pollutants in the Wabash, like salmonella and shigella. At the peak, those levels can hit 2,000 to 3,000 E. coli cells per 100 milliliters of water. Safe levels for bodies of water are 235 cells per 100 milliliters. Turco says half of the time, though, E. coli levels are lower than the safety threshold. He says the bacteria makes its way into the river in many ways.
It can be from agricultural sources. We don't differentiate where the E. coli comes from. It could be from manures, animal manures. It could be from overflow. It could be from animals on the street. It could be from badly functioning septic systems. I mean, it could be from lots of things. It just says that there is an input of there could be an input of fecal material going on to the system.
The Wabash River is getting better. Pollution levels are lowering, but experts say it's going to take a lot more than that, and that could translate into more taxpayer dollars.
The downside of all this is that all this costs money, and when you start asking for more money on the sewer bills and whatever else, that's all going to be paid for by somebody.
Purdue professor Jane Frankenberger is the university's Extension Water Quality Coordinator. She says despite the cities of Lafayette and West Lafayette spending close to $100 million on sewage systems and wastewater treatment improvements in the last 10 years, there's still more to be done.
We're talking in the hundreds of millions of dollars. It's not a small project. It's not just a small step. It's a complicated engineering proposal. They have a consulting firm working on it. They're putting a different lift station, so some of the sewage will be captured and actually put to a different part of the sewage treatment plant.
For now, people like Turco are working to clear the waters of this Indiana icon. Alexandra Dyro, News Channel 18.
Now, despite large-scale sewage treatment solutions like the city of Lafayette's $19.6 million Pearl Sewage Tunnel, researchers say the river's fish population is still suffering. Tonight, we'll take a look at that situation and answer the question, can you eat what you catch in the Wabash?